And good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to another Sunday rum day. How are we all? I hope you've been enjoying the lovely weather. We're here in the UK anyway. Just started to rain actually, about 5 minutes ago above my head. But anyway, coming up in tonight's show, we've got Dram of the Week is back this week. I've got Chairman's Reserve 2005. Which you can't get anymore, but we're going to have a little taste of that. Chairman's Reserve 2005. We have got Equiano, Mr. Ian Burrell's Equiano. We've got the dark, aged, and we've got the unfiltered, light, windy, the proper white, or light, whatever you want to call it. So we've got those two to look forward to. And I have got two members' cocktails, one from Jonathan C down in Portsmouth, and the other from Andy Barham as well. So I'm going to do two members' cocktails for you tonight. But we're going to have some fun with the Equiano as well. Some cocktails coming out to play with that. So stay tuned for that. If you're watching on the replay, there will be chapters up as I put at the start of the video. So scrub through to the chapter that you wanna watch, that you want to interest in, or you can just sit back and listen and watch the whole thing live. So let's say hello to the three spanners for a start off. I think Windy makes the fourth spanner, to be fair, isn't he? So we've got to call Windy a spanner. But Ross, Kevin, Windy, Lee, Gus, hello Gus, Sean, who else is here? Scott, Carl, Lee. Watched my first show last week and back for another one. Well done, Lee, thank you. Claire, Anne is here in Oregon. Woohoo! Who else we got? Ian, Neil, David B, 3 p.m. here. Hello, 3 p.m. Where's that? What's the time here? 8 p.m. to 7. Oh, you've got 7 o'clock? You've got to be East Coast, if I got that right, or are you West Coast? Where are you? Where are you, David? Let us know. Henry, hello, Henry. Still stuck in the ads, but good evening to you all. What ads? There's no ads. It's a live stream. There's no ads on this. Henry. Come and join us in the real world, Henry. Jeff McJeff. Wait up, Jeff McJeff. You hold up right there. Hannah. I don't know whether I should share this or not. But Hannah, your lovely wife, Jeff McJeff, has slid into my DMs. I'm not sure whether I should share that, but she slid into my DMs and told me all about you, Jeff McJeff. So that was quite amusing through the week. Who else we got here? Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer's joined the membership. Hello, Jennifer. Scott, you need to go and give her the induction. Havana Steve, John S. Who else have we got? Andy B. Nick. I think that's everyone. I think I've said everyone. Hello, everyone. And as someone's just reminded me, yes, I've got it right. I've got it the right way round this week. So awesome. Smash that like button on the way in. That really helps me. That helps YouTube put this, well, it helps me because YouTube will put this video in front of more people like you that watch similar content. So smash that like button. Much better than the subscribe button these days. So smash that like button. And if you are lurking, if you're one of life's little lurkers, don't be a lurker anymore. Come in. Let us know in the comments where you are. Let us know what you are drinking. Let us know your favourite rum. Just give us some chat, give us some banter, and make some friends. This lot are all really friendly. They're all fun. There's a couple of rum geeks in there that I would class them as. Well, one definitely rum geek. There's one sort of virgin rum geek on here as well. But we've got rid of the other rum geeks for the night. Hello, Geraint. The Welsh rum geek. We've kind of given him the night off, so he's not here tonight. So it's all friends and family tonight. He's gonna hate me. Sorry, Geraint, on the replay. We'll see that. So, what else can we give banter about? I'll tell you what, 88 here and sunny in Maryland. 88, what's that in English? It was probably about 25 here today, degrees C. You have to talk to Mark when he comes into the house. Mark can talk to you all about Fahrenheit. He's our Fahrenheit friend. Oh, the in-jokes. So, I'll tell you what I was going to start off with before I dive into the Dram of the Week. I'm quickly revisiting these two bad boys. Now, the whole reason behind revisiting this, so this, for those of you that didn't join in last week, this is the Craft Rum Club rum. So that's the Spiced Rum Club box, and that is the normal Rum Club. Now, I shot a video for my members, exclusive members. I shot that Monday, so the day after I did the live. And I was revisiting. I had my membership thoughts and opinions on these, which are just for members only. No one else gets to hear those thoughts. They're just purely for members only. But the one thing that really amazed me, I just cracked this, because my membership videos are a little bit like this. They're off the cuff, unscripted, except for the cocktails that go in there. And I had it in my head what I was going to say about the spiced rum. And I opened it and I tasted it, and I was like, that's not what I tasted last night. It tasted completely and utterly different to what it did on the Sunday night, and it's really bizarre. Now, last week I do remember getting loads and loads of chocolate notes off this last week, and I still do get chocolate notes. But what I got on the Monday afterwards was a hell of a lot of ginger, a tiny bit of orange, but more coffee. And I've just this is the first time I've tasted it again since Monday. So where are we? Like 6 days on, and the chocolate. It's weird. The chocolate is back again. I get loads of chocolate, but I am getting loads of feisty ginger, which I didn't get last Sunday night. It was like a really sweeter spiced rum last week, and this week it's not. So I don't know what was going on with my palate last week. I don't know whether air has, like, a bit of release of some air and all that has changed the profile of the rum overnight. I have genuinely no idea. I'm still getting bags of chocolate on that again this week, but those sort of, the pepper, there's a bit of pepper in there now, and ginger, and some sort of a tiny little bit of sort of vanilla in there, but not too much. It's a lot more feistier than what it was last Sunday. So I was really interested about that. But I'll tell you what I've just done with that. I've just opened this out, the two drifters, with a bit of water, because I didn't do that last week. And this is really, really nice, actually. It's really, I've probably opened it out a bit too much with water. But the one thing I do note, because the one thing I didn't get off this last week was the muscovado sugar. And I didn't get it off on Monday either, doing the membership thing. However, when I dilute this down a little bit, the orange is more fruity and juicy that comes off there, the Madeira casks. But when I dilute that down, that's when the muscovado sugar comes out to play. And I should have done that last week. And that's really interesting. I mean, it's only a 40%er. I think it's 40, yeah. It's only a 40% ABV, but just that little bit of water, it's probably I would say I've probably taken that down to about 25% ABV. And that's, you know, that for me is where the bags of sort of muscovado sugar come out. I didn't really get it, and I still don't get it at 40% ABV. But still really, really nice. So I stand by everything I said last week. I cannot wait to taste that. Possibly year 2, but year 3 as well. So the barrels they've been laying down for that. But that one really, really surprised me. It's just totally bonkers. It's really, really bonkers, this one. I still get loads of chocolate on the nose. Loads of chocolate. But the first hit now is pepper all around, like really tingling around my tongue. And I really didn't get that last week. It was just like a sweet, soft dairy milk chocolate last week. And this week it is like peppery, gingery, feisty burn. And I really, really like that. I don't know. I generally don't know whether it was my palate last week or whether it's air. I genuinely have no idea. Absolutely no idea. But whatever that is, a third of a bottle down, that for me, whether my palate was up shit creek or whatever last week, I don't know. But that for me is an absolute stonker this week. Don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Which brings me on to another one, actually. I forgot about this. Windy, you haven't reminded me. Hang on, go back to the comments again. Just before I get this. Jennifer, I'll unlock the other part of the Discord for you later when I've finished. So you will see a bigger part of Discord. I'll unlock that for you later. Hi, Mike Dell, how are you? Steve, Mrs. McJeff found that hilarious. Jeff the barman, she doesn't complain. Ashley, hello Ash, how are you? Aaron, hello mate. Scott, I join you purely for convenience. Neil, does temperature factor in tasting notes? No. Well, no, because it was the day after. So it went from Sunday to Monday and there was no varying temperature distance. But Windy, you forgot all about this and I only saw it earlier. Windy, we did that, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago? And I need to kind of wash my palate out now. I completely forgot about it. I've got this loose schedule, but the loose schedule's going to go to bits straight away. So Dram of the week is going to be roughly about 15 minutes, 20 past. Members cocktail. You could probably add a good 15 minutes onto those straight away, because I've forgotten all about this. Because I'm really, really interested. So. If you remember back a couple of weeks ago, we decanted some of this boutique signature number 1. Well, that's a bit. Oh, sorry, that could do. Oh, we've got. I tell you what, members, we've got to do that as well. I've got to have a little look at the colour of that beast. This is my, what we call that, a dregs bottle. It's just rum. There's no like mixers or anything in there. But that is, I don't know whether to save that until it's full or what. But anyway, so right. Who else have we got in here? Oh, the Hubster's in here as well. Hello, Hubster, Richard. Right. So let's even this out. I can't believe it makes that much difference. I really can't. But I don't know. I generally don't know. So this is, for those of you who can't see, there you go. It's the signature blend. I don't know why I picked this one. It was just in the middle, and I just picked this one. And already I could smell the flipping Jamaican funk. Or, well, it's Martinique as well, isn't it? Was it? Martinique. Yeah, it's Martinique in there. So that kind of agricole sort of grassy, floral funk. The aromas, hang on a minute. That can't be right. I'm not having that. Hang on. Excuse me, right. That is way more dialed back. Way more dialed back. I mean, it's still there. That's really interesting. I'm not having that. That can't, over 2 weeks, that can't change that much. It's still faintly the same. It's the same sort of smells, but it's just dialed back. That's much more in your face. Right, okay, taste. When did I start the dregs bottle? I reckon I started that probably about a month ago now. 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. I know when I started it. I started it from the first rum review that I did. The new style of videos, the rum reviews. That's when I did. So where are we? We're probably on about a month or so of those now. So that's when I started that. Right, tasting. They can't taste that different. I do really like that though. That's a cracking white rum. Nice sort of creaminess to it. The Jamaican funk's there with this sort of agricole grassiness. But it's got a lovely sort of vanilla bite to it as well. A little bit of peppery spice, not too much. A little bit of sort of around the lips. Quite a medium finish, right. To wash? No, I don't know. No, they taste identical. How'd you do this, Christ, a proper experiment? Right. They definitely smell different. 100% smell different. Definitely smell different. Right, but taste. I'll wash the palate out this time. Stand by that. So that sort of creamy vanilla-iness, Jamaican. It's kind of a weird Jamaican. It's got that little bit of sort of, it's unmistakably Jamaican in there, but it's more sort of Kingston 62 vibes than say like a Hampden or the Worthy Park. I forget where this, I don't think it actually says, does it? I forget which Jamaican distillery this is. But it's really, really nice. Right, I can see some questions. I'll dive into those questions in a second. I would say they're the same. I didn't get the feisty burn on that. I did that first time, but that might be the water. I would say, if I was tasting those, I would say that's the same. Blind tasting, I would say that's the same rum. I wouldn't be able to pick the difference between those two. But on the smell, definitely. The smell is just more subtle, more dialed back on the smell. But taste, I can't pick the taste. They taste identical. Don't know. Yeah, I'm not picking between those two. They taste identical for me, but the smell is definitely different. So it's been 2 weeks full in that little bottle. But you could, like, why? Because that's been open. See, I don't know. I wish I was a scientist now. How? See, in my head, that's been opened, what, a couple of months? So surely the air's got into that as well. I don't know. I can't take. I'll stand by that. I can't taste any difference, but there's definitely a smell difference. And it may be the glass. They're washed up the same. I don't know, but definitely, yeah, definitely no taste difference. Right, take what you want from that experiment. I don't know. Right, where are we? Let's catch up. I can see a couple of questions. Are you going to charcoal filter? Am I going to charcoal filter that? Don't know. What do you reckon? It's a bit black, isn't it? You know what's got? You know why it's a bit black? Some worthy parking there. No, I'm gonna use that. That might be my Mai Tai blend. We shall see. 200 different rums. Right. When you start that, dregs bottle will change times add it, so you should try it once a week, see how it evolves. Right. Question for the geeks. I had and love samples of Hamden OP. I'm thinking of buying a bottle of the 8. How does it compare to the others? Is it boring by comparison? Munchie. Munchie, are you a bot or are you just Daz Loves? Munchie is your real name, Daz? What's going on there? I have had the, I forget what it is now, the yellow Hamden. So this is the green one, the yellow one with the slightly red whiting. For me, I preferred that over this one. I still stand by this. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't see what I mean. That's 52, 53 quid. I think I don't generally get what all the love is about those. I think they're all right. For me, the better one out of those three is definitely that. But if I'm wanting that, I'm going for like one of the worthy parks, the rum bars. So yeah, that's just me. I don't know. You want people like Ken and Trevor and who else? Geraint, Lee. I don't know whether Lee's had any of those. They're the funk monsters. They'll kind of let you know. So right, the yellow is the OP. The new yellow is the yeah. I think it's the new. It's definitely one of the newer yellow ones. It's not an old one. I don't know what it is. But it was like a rum festival sampling. So, right then, let's crack on and put this. Where are we? See, we're only 15 minutes behind already. Look, what did we say? Dram of the week, 5 past. There we go, 15 minutes behind schedule already. Right, so let's put the old Dram of the week on. Where the bloody hell's that gone? Have I deleted it? Oh no, I've deleted it now. I've deleted it. Oh, that's a bit shocker, isn't it? Right, that'll have to do. Dram of the week. Right, so this little bad boy, and I've got this to one side. Where I've done this. This is a 2005 Chairman's Reserve, and they have released a 2009, which has been sold out now, and I think we're on to a 2011. So you can kind of see how old this is. But Master of Malt, bless him, have sent me these little drams. I've got a couple more to do, not too many. They've got the old Diplomatico in here, which I keep putting off and putting off and putting off. And the SBS El Salvador 2008. I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's about 100 quid a bottle. But yeah, not too many to do. So we'll have to tap up some more samples. Hey, that's the coffee pot gone. Right, so this little beast. What can I tell you about this? This is actually, when it was released, was actually £58 a bottle. So slightly over my kind of channel budget of 50 quid a bottle. But I don't mind that for the little drams, because it's kind of, we're so used to drinking like £50 and under. When we get something that's a little bit more expensive, is it worth it? That's kind of where I'm testing my palate out with these at the moment. I kind of want to know, is it worth it to jump up on some of these rums by an extra 10 or an extra 20 quid? So really interesting in this sort of stuff. Right. So that's all I can really tell you about it. We'll do it on the old RumX app. Where else should we go? That's about half the bottle. Right. So the family, the Priest family, Jennifer and Richard, what we kind of do, for those of you just joining, because we didn't really do it properly last week, because it was the Craft Rum Club, and I know you've just joined us. Any others for the Craft Rum Club that are joining us again for week 2? This is kind of what I normally do. I know I kind of used this last week, but because they were new rums, I couldn't really add them and tell you other people's scores and where we were going from this. So bearing in mind, this rum has already been reviewed on here. How many times? 27 times already. We can have a good gauge of what other people thought of it, essentially. So this, as I say, Chairman's Reserve 2005 vintage, £58 when it was available on Master of Malt. So I'm going to crack on and click the magical taste it button. Right, select colour. Let's go, done. Right, where are we? So this is, I'd say this is quite dark, this one. Burnt, see, can you see that? Look, that's kind of what we get on the app. And good old Oliver. Hello, Oliver, if you're watching in Stuttgart in Germany. He's renamed, you can't really see it, but he's renamed Gin Clear to Clear, especially for me, because I whinged at him. I'm going for, I reckon, Old Oak. That's the colour I'm going for this. Old Oak. It's nearly brown sherry. Windy, you'll love that. But I'm going Old Oak, I think, for the colour. Right. Legs. It's got a little bit of legs, little nice sort of legs on it. It's not too thick, but it's kind of a little, yeah, minimal sort of legs on it. Not too much, so it's not too thick on there. I don't know. Oh, I clicked in. I don't know. Well, I doubt if it'll be sweetened, but hang on. Let's come back out of it and restart. I forgot to do this. Let's just give the information. 2005, molasses based. Single cast, limited edition of 340 bottles, 46%, that's why I didn't tell you, 46% ABV. And that's all the knowledge we've got on there. Cool, right, now we can taste it. So, do we have to carry on? Select colour? Yeah, I have to do that again. Right, I would like, brilliant. Right, so, nosing, nostrils. Woo! God, I tell you what, some of these older Chairman's Reserves are quite beastie. Coffee, chocolate. Wow, oak, loads and loads of wood on there. Wood, oak. I'm not really telling too much difference. I need to get, where can I get some oak samples to smell different oak? I want to be able to smell different oak. Like cherry or different wood, cherry wood and whatever else comes on there. I'm just getting wood, loads and loads of wood, or oak barrels essentially. Smoke, definitely quite kind of smoky. Wow. I've not really had a smoky rum before, like proper in your face. That I think that's quite smoky. There's Jesus, there's something. It's not glue. It's not glue. But there's something. What's that? What's that remind me of? Oh, there's. Ooh, spilling it on me. There's something really distinctive in there, like acid. Oh, that's a weird one to come up with. Like acetate. Acetone. What's it? Where's that come? Nail polish remover. Acid. Is that what I'm thinking? Wow. I don't know. There's a touch of dried fruit in there, but for me, wood, oak, smoke. Jesus, yeah. I'm not sure what else I'm getting off that. There's a slight hint of fruitiness on there. I'm not sure I could pick what the fruit is. Definitely no floral. I wouldn't say it's that sweet. Right, let's get on and score. So I kind of give this a sweet score. even though it's not on the app, because I kind of want to gauge how sweet it's going to be. I would give this generally a 0. I don't think that's going to be sweet at all in the slightest. So I would give it a 0. That's kind of what I add in. I just like to have a nose and kind of, is this going to be sweet? That's my thing. It's not on the app, but that's kind of what I add. Right, so fruits. I'm going to go for 1 out of 5 on fruitness. Floral, that can stay at nothing. Spices. I don't think I'm getting any spice off that, to be fair. No. Vanilla. Tiny, tiny hint of vanilla. That's got to be a spice in it, because for spiced rums have got vanilla. That's got to be a spice. Right. Woody, Jesus. 3 or 4. I'm going 4. That's that nail. It is nail polish remover. That's insane. That's the first one I've ever had like that. Wow. I'm not sure if I'm a fan or not, but that's 100% what it is. Right. Roasted. I would give that a 2. And round. I wouldn't call this round. I would call this octagonal. Is that a thing? Round, no, I can't give it a high score for round, because for me it's kind of, there's hardly any fruit, there's hardly any spice. It is kind of those woody, oaky vibes. So I'm going to have to give it like a 1 for roundness on there. Right. Oh, here we go. Nosy notes. Right. I've got to add this in now. So what am I getting? Oh, right. Hang on. I'll do this at the same time. What people have got here. So cocoa. This is how many times it's been reviewed? 20 plus sometime. I can't come out of it at the moment. Right. So cocoa, tropical fruits, apricot, coconut. No, 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 and no. None of those. There is a touch of fruit there, but I couldn't pick it. Tropical fruit, maybe. I'd probably go tropical fruit, but I wouldn't be able to pick it. I wouldn't go apricot, and I certainly wouldn't go coconut. Vanilla, I'd agree with that. Dried fruit. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Well, yeah. Right, spice. We've got spice. Nail polish. We've got nail polish. That's exactly what it is. That's insane. Nail polish. I agree with that. Right, spice. Yeah, I have to give it a little bit of spice. Burnt sugar. No one's picked up smoke, which I'm quite worried about, because that's really smoky for me. But no one's put smoke. I'm going to add in smoke just because. Woody, definitely. Oak, definitely. Chocolate, cocoa. I want to say coffee more than anything. Burnt sugar, that's the other one. Other people have got citrus, grapes and pineapple. No, no, and absolutely not for me. So I will hit the cocoa button, but I will add in, what am I adding in? I'm adding in coffee. I'm adding in smoke. 100% I'm adding in smoke. How no one's picked up smoke off this, I'll never know. What was the other one I was adding? I've forgotten. That's it, that'll do for now. Right, taste. We flirted long enough with it. Tasting. Tasting button, right. Wow, that's interesting. So it's a shed ton of barrel aging up front on that. Like the wood, oak notes, but there is a soft fruit, dried fruit on that. I'm still not going tropical, really. Raisiny, like plummy fruit. Oh, grapes. Yeah, I kind of get where they come from with grapes, but no, I wouldn't go grapes. Sort of that plummy prune. Oh, that's quite interesting. A touch of smoke on there. Has anyone actually tasted this? Has anyone actually got a bowl and tasted it? Sorry, the comments have stopped, so I'm just got to scroll down. If anyone's tasted it, let me know. Wet leather. Oh, that's a good shout. No. Sorry, I don't know how long ago that was. Decky's in the house. Hello, Decky. Not a bot, just had too much. Munchie's on the sauce. Hello, Munchie. Right, sorry, I'll crack back on with some of these. Right, focus. Sorry, I've just seen a couple of comments. Focus on this. And I've left the door open. Mummy Barman's right there. She's not feeling great today, so I doubt she'll be in to give you a royal hand this week. So, what am I getting on? I will get the chocolate. I will get the coffee. Definitely, well, burnt sugar. I think that's a good one. I've seen that pop up quite a lot recently. I'd kind of have to go with it for that. Burnt sugar, but loads and loads of wood on that. It's more woody, oaky, barrel aging than it is fruit forward for me on that. This is a whiskey lover's rum by a million miles. Still rum, you know, you're not going to mistake that for not being rum, but that is, I can see rum geeks absolutely losing their over this. It's a bit, I'll tell you what it does remind me of, actually. It does remind me of Puss's 15. It's kind of that sort of vibe. Yeah, or unmistakably Guyanan, unmistakably, whereas that's not, but it's a similar vibe apart from that. And do you know what? I actually prefer that over the Puss's 15. I know you can't get this anymore, but that'd be interesting for like the 2009 and the 2011, whatever they're bottling at the moment. I'm just trying to pick out a fruit. I don't think I could. There is some sort. I would say there is tropical fruit, but I wouldn't be able to pick it out. Maybe pineapple. I don't think. That's a whole new. Sorry, the reason why I'm kind of jumping about. That's a whole new experience for me. That is. Even that is. So that is like Puss's 15-year-old times 3 times 4. It's really kind of, what's the word I'm kind of looking for? It's like really in your face, but kind of, it's interesting. See, this is, you know, the more expensive rums, is that, I have had a few, of course I've had quite a few more expensive rums, but never gone properly into them. Is that what this journey is all about? Is that what all these more expensive kind of, what is it, 46? You can tell it's got a little bit more alcohol in it. Compared to the Puss's 40? Yeah, 40% ABV. Oh, that's interesting. Right, let's give it the old scores on the doors then. Right, sweetness. It's got a very subtle sweetness to it. I'm going to give it a 1 for sweetness. Fruit. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 for fruitiness. Floralness, no. That can sit back there. Spices, I'm going to give it, it's got a little bit sort of spicy tannin finish on it. I'm going to give it a 2 for spices. Woody, 3. I'd want to give it 3.5. And I don't think I can quite justify it being a 4. But I'd want to give it a 3.5, but I can't. So I can't justify it being a 4, so I'm going to have to sit at 3. Roasted, 2. Rounded. I actually do think that's quite rounded, to be fair. Because that is, you've got the sort of the lovely sort of sweetness, well, rum sweetness to it. Not sweet, not spiced rum sweet, but rum sweetness to it. With the wood, with the sort of, what is that fruit? The longer it sits, the more I don't think it is dried fruit, the more I am going towards tropical fruit on it. That's quite interesting. But anyway, finish. Right, let's give you some tasting notes, what I'm adding in. This is what other people have got. Vanilla. Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Cocoa, I'm going to agree with that. Tropical fruits is a biggie. I think I'm going to have to agree with that. And woody, I'm going to have to agree with. And then we get on toffee. Oh, interesting. I haven't picked out toffee. That's 100% what that is. That's not... I sort of said burnt sugar. That is toffee. Definitely agreeing with that. 100%. Wow. It's that light bulb moment. Oh, that's what toffee in a rum tastes like. Right. I've not really had, but I've seen other comments where they've got toffee and I've kind of like, it's more sort of caramel than anything. That is totally different. That's a totally different character. Right. Mango, no. Dried apricot, no. Prunes, I did think that, but the longer it finishes, the more I'm leaning towards tropical. But the initial bit for me was like those prunes raisins, so I'll agree with that. Intense. That's a great word for it, intense. Full bodied, that's another great word for it. Roasted, pineapple, dried fruit, fruits, round. I'll skip all those. I'm quite impressed by that. That's a belter. That's really good. Right, so we've done that. Finish is quite long. I'm definitely giving it a long. I'm not going to put any finishing notes on there because that's everything I've tasted. Right, scores on the doors. I can't see what other people have scored this because when you go to score it yourself, it sort of takes you away from what other people have scored. Right, bearing in mind, I should know this off by heart now, 80 to 89 is very good. 90 upwards is excellent. And 70 to 79 is good. It's definitely better than good. Very good. Is it excellent? I don't want to go shooting my bolt too early on excellence. It does excite me, actually. That really does excite me. I think I'm going to go for an 88, which is nearly excellent. I think 88 is a good shot. Oh, I really do like that. Really do like that. That's good. Has anyone got this or not? Jesus, I can't. I've got to come all the way back here through the. I'm sorry if anyone has got this and come in. What I'll do is I'll score this and I'll quickly scan back through the comments. Right, so 88 save. And let's just tell you what other people. Okay, 27. So to me, I'm number 28 now, but 27 previous tastings, and it's averaged 81. So let's click in to see what other people have got. Oh, some twats giving it. Oh, fucking hell. Excuse my French. I really hate when people do this. I don't know whether you can see it. Like some muppet. Can you see? Hang on, wrong side. Can you see some muppet like scores it like a 10 down the other end, like, and really just brings the average scores down? So you get this on quite a few now. I'm picking these out. The more rums I do, the more there's some muppets out there. So is it 10 to 19? No. Everyone else has scored it like either a 70s. The bulk of people have scored it. 20 people have scored it 80 to 89, and one person who put it in the 90s. So I am firmly in the majority there. Bearing in mind, if that 10 to 19 wasn't there, I think the average would actually be probably 87, 88. So I think I'm bang on with most people there. Right, let's go. Right, let's sort of come back through here. Where do we go to? That's where I'm starting through. So I'm probably about 15 minutes behind in the comments, but I'll try and scan through these very, very quickly. Palette staves arrives. Great smell, pear drops, wet leather. I didn't see that. Dave on the rock, but Dave, Booze on the Rocks. Hey Dave, how are you? Richard, Paris, James Brooks. Hello, James. What did I miss? We are talking about Chairman's Reserve 2005 vintage. Well, you can see it on the screen, to be fair. James starting. Aaron, nice one. Right, I think. Diary of a Rum Hunter. Hello, there he is. Had a PVA vibe. Oh, are you one of these glue people, glue stiffers? We've had this chat the last few weeks. I don't get where the glue's coming from. But definitely nail polish on the old whiffs. Yet to try the 2009. I might go and grab and pour the 2005. Right, Diary of a Rum Hunter is on the scene. Nice. If something like smells like PVC or nail polish, why would one want to continue to Ella, because it smells like rum. It's rum. You know it's rum. You know it's going to be a good rum because it's come out of Chairman's Reserve, out of St. Lucia. So you know it's going to be a good rum. But it's just interesting, like nosing and tasting notes. Right, here we go. Let's read. Darren out here. Flavour and aromas are naturally subjective, but also. Oh, sorry, I thought he was giving tasting notes. Here we go. Right, James, Deep Pockets, Diary of a Runner. What app? Rum X. Sorry if someone's answered that. There we go. Rum X, that's the app. Genius app. I think we're caught up. Mike Dell. I I think it's time for a Chairman's Reserve spiced rum and coke. Steve's tasting making me thirsty. Nice one, Claire. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, yes, so that, I forgot. Now, 58 quid. See, this is where this whole rum journey now starts to get a bit interesting. Because 58 quid, bearing in mind the plus is 15, which I still really like. I do really like that. Is, I forget how much it is now. Have I got the passes live up here? No, without Googling, I can't get it up there. So, but I think that was the same price, if not more expensive. I've got it in my head that was 60 quid for some reason. That's really interesting. 58 quid. I think I'd buy that. I would love to. It's more wintry. I wouldn't say it's like a summer evening, sitting out on a terrace rum. Maybe like 9, 10 o'clock when it's got a bit cooler outside, but definitely not a sort of 7 o'clock hot summer's day rum. But that is really nice. I like that. I think I would buy that for £58. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to get it again, and I can't buy it now because it's 350 bottles or whatever it was. 340 bottles. Big fan of that. Big fan. Right. Nice. So yeah, caught up. Hello, Joe. Joe's in the house. Smell and taste are closely related. Blah blah blah. Boom. Right, cool. So yeah, big fan of that. Thank you. If anyone's got any time, as for aromas, baking spices on my first time, I'll keep an eye on what Darren's coming up with in Diary of a Rum Hunter in the comments there. But I'm going to quickly switch over to members cocktails. Members cocktails time before we get onto the old Equiano. So just to remember, this is the main rum of the night. So I've got 2 members cocktails and I've got both Equianos coming up. So that is our main rum of the night. That's what we are focusing on, courtesy of Mr. Ian Burrell. He sent me those personally, I think. He might have got someone else to do it, but he, as far as I'm concerned, he sent me them personally. So we're going off that. So couple of cocktails for you. The first one I picked out is Jonathan, who's got a pub down in Portsmouth. This one's nice and easy, but it should be a bit of fun on a Sunday night, on a hot day. He's called it Cocoa Blue. So cocktail shakers at the ready. I'll get all the ingredients out for this because this is really, really easy. Coconut syrup or coconut puree, blue curacao, lime juice, and what's the other one? Rum, obviously. Plantation 3 stars. So I can make this exactly how he wants it. So, first off is 60ml of Plantation 3 stars. Nice. Then it's back on the shelf up there. Which order? Doesn't matter. What am I doing? I'll eyeball the coconut so I don't get dirty stuff. 15ml of coconut syrup. Nice, that'll do. You could use, I've got Monins there. I should have gone Monin actually, to be fair. William Fox, sorry. Should have gone that. 15ml of blue curacao or lime juice, because that's obviously not blue, and 15ml of lime, 15ml of blue curacao. There we go. Right, nice and easy. I know what I didn't do, because I was faffing around. My phones were getting updated. I didn't get any ice out in the old freezer, did I? Never fear, the freezer's here. Right, there we go. Lovely jubbly. Right, that'll do. Got leftover hen party ice, the small stuff. So, what's this called? This is called Cocoa Blue, courtesy of... Oh. There we go, that's better. Courtesy of Jonathan down in Pompey. Right, that'll do there. Right, and I think this just gets served up in a rocks glass, right? Rocks glass, garnished with mint and orange. Yeah, lovely. Nice. Woo, look at the colour of that. We do like a blue cocktail. That can go in that. As always, we don't garnish because we're lazy on Sunday nights. We're lazy, but I have got a mint tree. Look, there we go. Right, let's get rid of that. Cocoa Blue, courtesy of Jonathan. Right, what's this taste like? It's a fun coconut blue daiquiri or blue coconut daiquiri. It's fun. It's good. It's actually too good. I like that. That's a good shout. Right, the second one we're going to do. Who's the other one? Andy B. Andy Barham. The Funky Palace. That's what this is called. Slightly more complex, this one. So we are doing white rum. He's given me a generic white rum. So as I use Plantation 3 stars, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to use El Dorado, because it's probably a rum that I'm actually not going to revisit too much, to be fair. So I've got a lot better white rums than this now. So 30ml of El Dorado 3-year-old. We have got 10ml of Ray and Nephew. So we can add a bit of Ray. Get rid of the old Ray, because rum bar's better, isn't it? Right, 10ml of Ray. He says, whee, there we go. Right, 15ml of apricot brandy, Giffard. Giffard, I've got 2 up here, and Liquor 43 is coming next as well. I know that. So, apricot brandy, 15ml of apricot brandy. 1.5. Nice. 10ml, is it? No, 15ml of Liquor 43. 43 herbs and spices. Overriding flavour is vanilla. Love. Oh, Jesus. I hate not working with pourers. There we go. Should just put pourers on. Boom. And that could go up there. I think lemon juice and pineapple juice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so 10ml of lemon juice. Boom. And 75ml. Now, I'm not convinced by this. I'm going to do, so he wants 75ml of pineapple juice. I've got 30, 40, 50. He's balanced it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for 50 ml of pineapple juice to start off with. And then we'll go from there. If I need a bit more pineapple juice, I can always add a bit more. We shall see. So, the Funky Palace, white rum, El Dorado 3-year-old I've used. Ray Nephew, apricot brandy, Liquor 43, lemon juice, and pineapple juice. Oh, everything's going to pot here tonight. There we go. Right. No rum was spilt in the making of this drink. There we go. Right. There we go. Right. Ho. How's this getting served? Right. First off, straw. This is getting served. Dump into a tumbler glass with a pineapple wedge. Right. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to actually add a bit more pineapple juice. Oh, I shouldn't have doubted him. Sorry, Mr. Barham. Shouldn't have doubted. The it's not actually that sweet either. There's no sugar. There's no sweetness in that. That's interesting. Right, now where are we? Now where are we? For me, personally, right, the pineapple's better in there. It does need, I'm just going to do sugar. I could do a flavour, but I'll let those flavours do the work. I'm just simply going to add 7.5ml of sugar syrup. I do think it needs it. It's kind of rum cocktails, you kind of, especially the fun ones like this, you don't want them to be too... Right. That's better. Woohoo! That's a belter. There we go. Right. We go in the old Endesa. Shake and dump. Lovely jubbly. So this is the Funky Palace. Ice cubes are now stuck to the old scoop. Right, there we go. Funky Palace. We did 30ml of El Dorado 3-year-old. We did 10ml of Ray and Nephew, 15ml of apricot brandy, 15ml of Liquor 43, 10ml of lemon juice, 75ml of pineapple juice, and then I added 7.5ml of sugar syrup at the end. I think it does need that little bit of sugar syrup, because that is quite heavy on the booze. You think about it, 30, 40, 70ml of booze in there. Bearing in mind, and plus you've got the overproof in there, so it's 63. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that. Right, let's get rid of those. Anyone making those, let us know. There we go. Look at the colour of that. Got to love a blue one. So Jonathan and Andy B. Right, let me just add in. He says, is the keyboard on? Oh, keyboard's not even on. Right, there we go. 10 mil. Oh, no, not 10 mil. 7.5 mil of sugar. Sugar. Boom. Job's good. Nice. Cheers, lads. Well done. I don't know who's coming up next week. Stefan, I've got one for you next week. I think maybe Claire. But yeah, I like those. Mummy B had totally smashed that one back. And that's Mummy B's... that's 100% on Mummy B's level. She'd like this, but that's Mummy B. Definitely. Right. Where are we? So Darren's on his tasting notes. Here we go. Right. Menthol now starting to drift through. I'd forgotten how inviting this rum is. Defo getting menthol fudge. Menthol fudge. That's a new one on me. Menthol fudge. With a drizzle of molasses and a hint of bourbon. Oak on the palate. Yeah, I agree with the oak. Definitely getting that. Menthol fudge. I'm not getting menthol fudge. I need to go and buy some menthol fudge now to go and taste that. Definitely James. Make a birthday or Christmas wish list or just splash out and get it. Scott, mate, if you only... Oh, well, you're all talking amongst yourselves. Maybe vanilla syrup instead of liquor 43. Hello, Fishing with Beauty. How are you? Expensive thing to love. Why can't I just love white? Why can't I just love white lightning? And wait, we would say Angel, but Angel Torres. Angel, is that how we say it in Puerto Rico? Hello. Booze and Rocks Hope. Right, cool. Okay, bash through those. I knew we would. See, I can easily make up time. Look at this. Look. So coming up now, only 5 minutes behind time. Yeah, 8:45 up at look, only a couple of minutes behind time. Is this week's rum review. I'm just going to put these to one side. Put these down here. Lovely jubbly. Nice. Where's my tea towel? That'll do. Right. Let's bring that back off screen. So. Nice. Back to the old proper rums. I'm quite excited about these rums because while I have tasted both of them before, it was at which pub does hang on, sorry Richard, I forget what it is. It's just outside Portsmouth town centre. Hopefully Jonathan might stick his head in later. He's probably working tonight, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I have tasted both of these rums. That's better. Put those to one side. Have tasted both of these, but it was at Rumfest back in October. It was amongst 30, 40 other rums. So I genuinely have no idea, nothing to base this on. I remember liking both of them at the time, but literally 2 minutes later, I'm drinking another rum. So I've got no idea, no comprehension of what these are going to taste like. All I can tell you is that I liked them at Rumfest. But apart from that, no. So I'm really looking forward to revisit these. If you don't know what these are, I will give you a close-up on here. Equiano. There we go. 43%. Windy, you're going to love what I'm about to say in a second. Let's give you the other one. So that's the light. There we go. So that's Equiano. Right. We do have these chats quite often in the old community, and there's been this whole revelation this week in my Discord about white rum and how most of it is obviously filtered because a lot of it is obviously aged. You know, a 3-year-old white rum. This is, I think, oh bloody, that's my plantation. I'm going to have to move these because I drop these every week. It's my plantation net cups. I think the plantation 3 stars is actually got old. I think it's got an 8-year-old in it, if I remember rightly. So obviously, it's a lot of filtering going on with the majority of white rums, and a few people hadn't cottoned on to that. A few people are like, really? So yeah, there's obviously quite a lot of filtering going on with white rums. But Windy, what I'm about to tell you will blow your little socks away. Not only is that not filtered, but that one hasn't got any colouring at all in it. So they're completely that's that word again that I can't say. Unadulterated. There is nothing gone into these apart from rum. There's no colouring, no sugar, no sweeteners, no additives, no nothing. So even though we do have it on pretty good authority now that Mr. Richard Seale does add a little bit of caramel colouring to some of his brands to kind of promote consistency, what comes out in one batch of these little bad boys is that. And to be fair, most of the Foursquare stuff will be colour free. You know, there won't. It's just a couple of apparent. I don't know. We need to go down that rabbit hole, but some are, some aren't, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I've heard. But yeah, these are completely unadulterated. So what these are, what Equiano is, owned by Ian Burrell. So Ian Burrell is the global rum ambassador. Lovely, lovely guy. He's part of the Craft Rum Club as well, in case you didn't know. So Donna and Kev run it, but he's got involved with it now. And there should be some fun, exciting things happening with the Craft Rum Club for the rest of this year. Ian's obviously owns the Rum Fest, the London Rum Fest. That's him. And you cannot escape Ian. If you like rum, you cannot escape him. He's on quite a few TV programmes, like once a month or so, doing rum cocktails. The big ones, Lovejoy and Thingy on Sundays, he does quite a lot. Sunday Brunch, he does quite often. But he's done Titchmarsh and all that quite a lot as well. But he generally just flies around the world promoting rum. So what these both are, is a blend of Mauritius and Barbados rums. So Grays Distillery in Mauritius and Foursquare, Richard Seale in Barbados, essentially. That's what both of these are. Equiano is named after, I don't know too much about him. You know, that's not for me to kind of go down that rabbit hole, but apparently he made his fortune. He was an entrepreneur way back in the day, sort of empowering people after slavery. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to say, but trying to bring awareness to slavery and all that sort of stuff. Made his fortunes by selling rum, and he's kind of an inspiring character for those for all that sort of generation, for that world. So that's what Equiano is named after. Now, I've heard Ian talk about this a couple of times, and there will be other lines coming from Equiano. Equiano is going to be the overriding brand, although they're not convinced. Some different sort of names might come out of this as well. But obviously we're going to get different distillery blends as well, but these are going to be blends. Richard Seale, I assume, I don't know, Ian's got so many friends. He has got so many friends. It could take any direction for this, but he's one of his good mates, Richard Seale, has obviously blended these up, the first two up for him. And as far as we know, it's the first ever African Caribbean blended rum. So obviously we've got plenty of African rum, plenty of Mauritius rum out there, and other than Seychelles, and was Seychelles not Africa, is it? No, cool. I don't know. No, I don't know. But plenty of African rum out there, South African as well. Plenty of Caribbean rum, but we've never had a Caribbean African rum. So that's about the nuts and bolts of what Equiano is. The only thing I will say, it's a little bit expensive. Where are we? So that we'll start on that one first, because that was the first one to come out. Probably I should start with the white rum or the light rum, but that was the first one that they launched. That one, and this is £45 a bottle. All right, £45 a bottle. And if Tom's in here, if has anyone seen TF? If TF's in the house, TF got so excited. TF, aka what's his name? AKA Tom. Scott's about to wet himself now. But TF got so excited when I shared this last week that he was like, oh my God, that's the best thing to come out of Yorkshire. Bless him, TF, Tom, thought this was Yorkshire rum. And he got confused with something, AB Gold or something, I think he got confused with. But yeah, bless him, he thought this was a Yorkshire rum, and it's not. Obviously it's not. So, just catch up on the comments of this. Just before I dive in and open them, there we are, Aaron on that. No, that you're all having banter, that's fun. Steve supports Liverpool. Are we talking football? Yeah, no. Clemo Henry question: did you compare the navy rum from Diary of a Rum Hunter with the black tot? I've got one too, but not open it yet. There's no point. There's absolutely 0 point comparing that to black tot. They're like chalk and cheese. Absolutely chalk and cheese. So no, I haven't compared it to black tot. Maybe some of the older black tots, but definitely 100% not that black tot. No, there's no point doing that. Jennifer's on a second bottle of Equiano. Equiano is a restocker all day long. I have the dark. Who says it's Yorkshire? I told you, Scott's losing his little mind now. Oh, bless him. TF, aka Tom. I think that's his name. I think that's his handle. Bless him. Right. So let's crack this open. This is obviously on the Rum X app. So we've got other people's viewpoints to look at as well on here. Pop. Like that. Right. Where's my rum glass go? I'm just going to... I like tasting rums in this. This is my sexy glass. I need to get a 6-pack of these glasses. That's what I need to do. I love these. These are better. I do like these as well. Don't get me wrong. I've still got these. But I do love that. That's a beast. I need to get a 6-pack of these. Right. So this is it. 43% ABV. There's nothing else to really tell you. Completely uncompromised. Oh, completely uncompromised, an exceptional rum made from Africa and the Caribbean, tropically matured in ex-cognac and ex-bourbon cask. Oh, I have got something just on the top of my head. Sorry, I do know this bit. So, even though there's no age statement on these rums, if you were going to put an age statement on here, it would be an 8-year-old rum. The minimum aged rum in this is an 8-year-old, but they're not going down the route of age statements on here because it is blended. So we've got an 8-year-old in there. We've definitely got 10-year-olds in there. But apparently there's like 12, 13 and I think Ian said a 15-year-old in there as well. They are all tropically aged. So they're all aged in Mauritius and Barbados rum. And then it is blended and rested. I forget what cask now. I haven't got it. It might be... I've got limousine cask, whatever's that, something like that. I don't know what that is specifically, but limousine oak barrels or something like that. It's just rested in there for a time being, like 6 months or so, not even that, and then bottled. Okay, so it's not like plantation where it's kind of like blended and then shipped back to cognac, and that is all tropical aged. All right, so 8 to 10-year-old is the predominant base of this. But we've also got kind of 12, 14, 15-year-old rums in there as well. So let's. I think that's. Oh, that smells quite nice. Right, let's get back. I can keep an eye on the comments now that I'm tasting these. Richard Priest, where'd you get your drink stuff? Richard Priest, drink stuff, obviously. Oh, bless you. Richard and Jennifer have only really stalked me in the last couple of weeks. You will see that I'm quite heavily tied with drink stuff. So anything not booze comes from drink stuff. But yeah. Right, the nose on this. Fruity apricots. Apricots, I'm getting off that quite a lot. Bit of wood notes on there. Honey. Oh, lovely sort of honey vibes going off on that. I'm going to burp, sorry. Excuse me. There's bits of dried fruit on there. See, this is where I get mixed up, right? Now I'm going to say caramel. But now, is that caramel? Is it toffee? Is it... It's not burnt sugar in the sense that the Chairman's 2005 would probably be burnt sugar. But it's got this little sort of sweety... It's definitely, I wouldn't class this as Demerara sugar sweetness, but it's kind of some kind of caramel toffee kind of vibe. It's not creme brulee, nothing like that. I wouldn't be confident saying, oh, actually, sorry, get your nostrils right in there. I read somewhere the other day that you should smell with your mouth open as well. I'm going to try that. How do you smell with your mouth open? try and sniff with your mouth open. That's not natural. I'm not going to try and do that. If you stick your nose at... Oh, toffee. I'm getting more toffee than that caramel on that. But definitely sort of dried fruits. Apricot. Yeah, I'm not going to say, I'm detracting, I'm taking caramel out of the equation. I'm going more toffee. And I think I'm getting a bit of orange on that now as well. Oh, that smells quite nice. Again, I can't relate that to anything I've kind of, nothing reminds me of that. Definitely nothing. I've got, well, I don't know. I was going to say it's got little shades of Barbados going on there, but I don't know. I wouldn't be confident picking out. I'd be confident in telling you that's 100% not Guyanan. I'd be confident in telling you that that's. I tell you what, I am getting sort of a bit of both pot still off that. That's what's confused me. I'm getting a bit of pot still, but I am getting a bit of column still. But 100%, I tell you, it's not. It's not Jamaican. It's definitely not Guyanan. It's definitely not sort of Spanish style rums in there. But I'm not convinced I would ever get to, oh yeah, that's Barbados. Actually, do you know what? It does. To a certain extent, if I was going to, if I didn't know that was a blend, if I'd kind of smelt that, I would kind of go maybe Trinidad. Trinidad might be my first kind of pick. But obviously, I mean, it's a stupid statement to make because obviously it's a blend. You know, we've got African, Mauritius, and we've got Barbados in there. So it's a stupid statement to make. But it kind of, the thing I'm trying to get to is what it actually reminds me of. And probably a bit Trinidad for me. And I keep coming back to like the Flor de Cano 12-year-old. My eyes keep going to that thinking, is that what that is? Right. Sorry, I should have got the app ready on this because it is in here, so we can rate it. Bottles. Oh no, I've got to search because it's not Equiano. It's Grays. That's who this comes under. Right. So 48 people have reviewed this. Right. I'm not going to look. See what it is. We're going to click the magical taste buttons. Right. I can't see anything now of what people have got. So nosing. I'm going to go for the scores on the doors first. Right. Sweetness that I'm going to add in. I think that's a nice little. I would give this a 2 on the sweetness scale off the nostrils. I've got the potential to have a nice bit of like proper rum sweetness in there. Obviously, there's no sugar or anything added to it, but it's got the potential to be kind of nice, sweet rum sort of thing. If you know, not nothing like spiced rum, but nicely. So I give it a 2 on that. So I'd add that. Right, fruit. I've kind of got to go heavy on the fruit. I'm going for a 3. I think that's quite. I think it's more fruity than it is sort of wood on there. Floral. One. I'm toying with that. I've got to give it a 1, I think. I don't think there's much spice on it. That's the next one. I'll give it a 1, token 1, but I don't think there's much spice going on there. Wood, I would have to match with. See, this is where these half scores or a 10 score, and I know Oliver can't. I know Oliver, if you're watching, I know you can't do it. I get it. I 100% get it. But this is where the score out of 5 doesn't really work for me because a 2 out of 5 on the woody scale doesn't work for me. But then I think it is more fruit forward, and I can't. So I don't want to give it a 3. So I'd want to give it a 2.5, if you know what I mean. So like a 5 out of 10. So I'm going to have to give it a 2. Roasted, I would give that probably 2 as well on roasted. No, 1. I'm going to bring that down to 1. And rounded, I think that's kind of a nice rounded rum. So I'm going to go, again, I'd want to go 2.5. I think 3 is quite strong. So I'm going to go 2. I would like to taste, I'm going to search through this and find a rum that scores 5 on rounded. I would like to find what a completely rounded rum smells like on there. Right, so let's go and for tasting notes, let's click the buttons. Right, what other people have got. Right, woody, yes, agree. Honey, 100% agree with that. Raisin, agree with that. Alcoholic, smells like rum. Yeah, I'm not going to tick that. Orange, I do agree with that. Vanilla, again, I do. It's subtle vanilla. It's not strong vanilla, but it's subtle. Right, banana. No, not agreeing with that. Not getting banana. So that can go. Toffee. Yeah, definitely agreeing with that. Dried fruit, fruity, sweet, spicy, caramel, light, roasted. I'm going to ignore all those. Caramel, I kind of did initially think that, but now for me that is probably more toffee. So kind of there. And dried fruit, I've got raisin. I'll click dried fruit. I've got raisin in there as well, but it's something around there. Right, that's there. So let's get on to the old tasting. Let's just have a little chat in here. Let's see what that's got. Get some quality screenshots with these sniffing faces. Right, orange zest. Oh, right. Oh, we've got some tasting notes going on here. Right, hang on. Oh, sorry. Right, here we go. Wrong guy. I've missed all this. Right, the colour on that is stunning. Yeah, it's good. Oh, I didn't do the colour, did I? Oh, hello. Sorry. Select colour. Good shout, whoever that was. Colour is stunning. Who wrote that? Where's it gone? James Brooks. Sorry, James. Well reminded, my friend. Right, what's the colour on this? I don't even think it's mahogany. I'm going Auburn. That's what I'm going for. I know the iPhone screen's not a really good gauge, but Auburn, that's kind of what I'm going for. Well reminded, James. Thank you very much for that. Right, tasting. Before we get into there, Corona is different all the way. Barely any Corona in, but last consignment. Oh, no, right, I'm talking about that. That's fine. More toffee for me. Havana Steve. Yes. Dried fruit, rich and velvety, slightly woody, not too much. If I wasn't having to drive. Hello, Karen. How are you? Gus. What is the distinction between pot and column? So, before I get into tasting, it's a hard one to explain, but when you kind of think about pot still is inherently, and this is not, there are exceptions to this, obviously, but pot still is inherently kind of Jamaican. Jamaican have a lot of pot stills, but so do Guyana, but Guyana have got like a wooden pot still as well. So you kind of got this in, so right, pot stills, even though there's a bit of column going on there as well, Appleton have got pot still going. What did I say? Even though there's column, I think I said it right, but even though, what I meant to say was, even though there's column still going on in there, there is a bit of pot still because it is a blended rum. But, these are pot still, but don't confuse pot still with funk. I don't mean that because some rums have got funk, some haven't. But for me at the moment, for the rums I've kind of tasted and smelled, the pot still rums are very distinctive compared to a column still. Column still would kind of create a lighter style of rum, essentially, whereas pot still, from my experience, would create a heavier, fuller bodied kind of rum. I think that's probably the best way to explain it for me at the moment. That might all change when we go up to 70, 80, 90 pound rums. But at the moment, at the lower end, that's kind of how I would distinguish between the two. Okay, that sort of thing. So, sherry, Explore rums from Mauritius. You find this very distinct on the nose. What comes from New Grove? Smells delicious. New Grove. Haven't tried New Grove. New Grove. I'm assuming that's another Mauritius rum. New Grove. Don't know. Right. Okay. Let's dive in. I think I've got everything in there. Right. Cool. So let's have a little taste. Wow, very light. On the nose, I was expecting it to be a lot heavier than that, but it is actually very light, very kind of typical column still rum. Tannins, a little bit of dry tannins now on the finishing into toffee on the side of the tongue and the gums, or just underneath the gums, like tannin notes on that. Toffee on that, definitely. I think that's what so this is what confused me in the previous few weeks or so. I couldn't pick out toffee and caramel, when some. This for me is, and the last one is big kind of toffee notes, and I've not really experienced that before in some of the rums that even though other people have got toffee notes on them, this for me is very distinctive toffee. Yeah, there's a bit of dried fruit on there as well. Nice wood aging on there. It is kind of got quite a big sort of wood hit to it, but not massively. You know, it's not for the newbie. All right, for the newbies, I think this might be a stretch. If you're just getting into rum, I think this might be a stretch for you. But the same token, I think this is a good crossover rum. I think I'm going to play about with this. You know, I'm going to make a daiquiri with both of these and rum fashions and stuff like that. I think potentially tasting this, because it is quite light, I think this is potentially an all-rounder. You would sip it neat. I could see this working in a daiquiri. Maybe not sugar syrup, maybe, and that's, I get what Ian's, so I know what Ian does for his daiquiri with this. And I totally get it now, because I'm thinking, no, perhaps not sugar syrup this. But I totally get it. But you would sip that neat with ice. I think it would be a rum and coke. It's expensive, a rum and coke. But it's definitely a neat sipper. It's definitely an old-fashioned. It's definitely potentially a daiquiri rum, because of it is quite light in there as well. Other tasting notes, though. I'm not getting too much else on the taste. I'm getting a bit of dried fruit. I'm getting toffee. It's got a lovely sort of sweetness to it, but dry sort of toffee tannins. That's a new one for me. But the tannins really kind of dry out into toffee on there. Wow, that is delicious. That's really surprised me. The nose on that, I was expecting it to be way more full-bodied than what it actually is. That's a really light style of rum. If I'd be clueless blind tasting that. I'd be all over the shop, because it's kind of Spanish style in vibes, like that light sort of column still, inherently kind of Spanish style rums. It's kind of got that, but then the taste characteristics are completely different. That would just throw me all day long. I'd love to taste. So I've tasted plenty of Barbados rums. I need to taste like a Mauritius rum to kind of see what that sort of bringing to the party. I really like that. Really like that. That for me is a really good, neat sipper. Right, okay. Let's do the old scores on the doors. So sweetness. That's got a lovely sweetness to it. 3 is too harsh. I don't mean harsh, but 3 is too much. 2 doesn't do it justice. Again, I want to give that a 2.5, but I'm going to sit at 2. Fruit, 2. Floral, well, no, I'm not going to give it anything for floral. I don't think there's any floralness in it at all, even though it's kind of a light rum, which is really bizarre. Spices, 1, because there's a touch of vanilla coming through, and that peppery sort of toffee bite tannin that sort of dries out. I have to give it a bit of spice in there. Excuse me. Wood, 2. Roasted. I think it's got a bit of roastedness to it. I'm going to go 1. Round. Oh. That for me, I'm giving that a 3 for roundness, because it goes all, you know, the fruit's there, the bit of spice is there, the sweetness is there, but the dryness is there. The wood notes, oh, yeah, that's right. I'm liking this. Right, what have other people tasted? Caramel is the first one. Yeah. I'm just scanning through. No one's put toffee. Oh, Jesus, that's toffee for me. See, I definitely wouldn't put that as caramel. That's toffee. Okay. No one's listed toffee, but a lot of people have put caramel. Okay. I'm going to put toffee. Woody, sweet, dried fruit. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Barrel. That's the wood. Is there any wood going on here? Barrel. So that's barrel aging. Okay, so wood. Yeah, I have to put that then. Vanilla. Yes. Dry, raisin. Thin. Yeah, I get what I mean by thin. Someone's obviously put that, and people have jumped off the bandwagon. Exactly like what I'm doing now. I don't think it's thin, but it is. It's not full-bodied. It's light, if you know what I mean. There's the legs on this. Yeah, it's not much legs going on here. Yeah, okay, more like thin. Thin's probably a good word for it. To be fair, I'd just call it a light style rum. But spicy fruit schnapps. No. Fruit schnapps. No. Tropical fruits, salty, walnut and oh, someone else put toffee. There we go. Sorry, toffee's right at the end there. Salty and walnuts. Salty walnuts. Has anyone had salty walnuts? That's a good one. Salt and walnuts. No, I'm not putting that. I don't get salty saline. I don't get walnuts. Tropical fruit. I'm really kind of wanting. The more it kind of lingers, the more I kind of want to click tropical fruits. But I don't know what those tropical fruits are. That's delicious. I really like that. Right, that's interesting. I've got something to say. I might have a little cogitate. I might taste that and then have something to say about that. Right. Finish. I think it's quite long. It's more long than medium. So I'm gonna have to go long. I personally give it medium long, but I can't. So it's either short, medium, or long. I'm gonna have to give it long because I think it's longer than the medium. Which you kind of expect for like 8, 10, 12, 15-year-old rums in there. The 15 might be an exaggeration, but I definitely know it's 8 and 10 with a mix of sort of. I can't remember what he said. Whether he said 11, 12, and 14. Or 12, 14 and 15, something like that. But yeah, predominantly it's 8 and 10. I know that, but there are older rums in there. Right, scores on the doors. I can't see what other people have given this. 80 to 89 is very good. 90 to 99 is excellent. I think it's very good. I have to give it in the 80s. I think it's very good. It's just sat on 85 at the moment, mid-range 80. That is probably the first wood-forward, oak-forward rum that I've truly liked. Because I do go for the more fruity styles, or the more fruit in your face. That, for me, even though there's fruit there, is quite sort of, you can get the barrel aging off that quite a lot, the woody, oaky vibes. That, for me, is probably the first one that I've gone, wow, that's amazing. I love that. So I'm sat on 85. I've kind of, well, I gave the chairman's 88, didn't I? I kind of want to give this 88 as well, for a different reason. 87, 88. I'm gonna save at 88. I'm gonna do it. I think that's an absolute belter. 45. Now that I've tasted it, what was the price? £45. Now that I've tasted that, that's a belter. That's a really good sipping rum all rounder. I can't wait to. I'm going to do this in daiquiris as well, but I can't wait to taste that. I'll reserve judgment actually. I'll reserve judgment. I think this could be an absolute all rounder of a rum, but I want to see how that comes out in a daiquiri. But I'm going to give it an 88. I'm going to save that. I'm going to there. Right, here we go. Wow, 49 ratings now. So 48 before me. It's average 74. There are some Muppets in here, isn't there? Look, can you see that little red dot? Hang on, wrong here. Can you see that little red dot that side? Who in their right mind? Look. Let's so you can see this, right? Who in their right mind? Will that focus in? There we go. Look. Rating distribution. Who in their right mind gives it 0 to 10? Seriously. So if you take that out of the equation, look, the majority is 70s. There's quite a few 60s, quite a few 80s, 190. What a Muppet. Whoever that is, you're a Muppet. Whoever scored that 0 to 10, you're a Muppet. Oliver Averwood. So yeah, it's averaging 70 to 79, but quite a few. There's quite a few under as well. Again, I'm calling these Muppets as well. 40 to 49s and 50 to 59s is way better than that. You're Muppets as well. They're dead man's fingers lovers. That's what they are. Because I don't think even a rum geek scores it that low. I think a proper out and out rum geek that loves their ECS, the Foursquare ECS and all that. I think they score that high. So I'm going for spiced rum fans, like dead man's fingers fans that have scored that low. That's what I reckon. Right. So here we go. Oh hello, we've got a new member. Hampus Aronson. Hampus, welcome, Hampus. Is that how you say your name? Hampus, welcome. Scott, you have to give him the initiation as well. Hampus, come into the Discord and I will open the Discord out to you as well. If you've got a random, if you've got a gamer name on Discord, and send me a message, let me know what's on there. Right, let's go through both of these. I'm going to skip quite a few that don't. If you're not sort of talking at me, I'm going to skip them because I know you guys like to have a conversation. So I'm skipping all that. New Grove is Mauritius. Right, I kind of want New Grove. Someone put New Grove, tag me in on Discord, put New Grove. I want a New Grove rum. Gentle pepper, gentle joyful pepper sits on your mouth. I like that, young Steve. Gentle joyful pepper. I'd agree with that. That's nice. Gentle joyful pepper. It's really nice. If you want a belter, look for the single barrel releases. Start with 5. Hampus. I'm not already there. Hampus, you're already in Discord, are you? Nice. Make a few. Yes, me and Steve-O. So me and Havana Steve, we'll go on a New Grove journey. We'll do that. I'll tell you what, Steve-O, we'll have a chat. You buy one, I'll get one, and I'll send you one, and we can swap seats like that. How's that? As I've still got all your haul down here still. I forgot what these are now. Yeah, these are not what these are. Right, okay, let's pop that to one side. Another rum record, Savannah, great stuff. Savannah, I know Savannah is cider. Right, water. So, Windy, are you still here, Windy? Windy Pops? Yes, you are, Windy Pops. Windy Pops. And Geraint, where's Geraint? This little beast is not, hang on, how can I put it? Is not 8 and 10-year-old molasses-based rums. This little beast is cane juice beast. There is sort of molasses in there as well. There is molasses rums as far as I'm aware. But predominantly, from what I know, cane juice from Mauritius. So the Barbados will be molasses, but the Mauritius in this will be cane juice this time. So yeah, looking forward to that. That's the Equiano Light. Again, nothing to really tell you. Have zero idea of age statements. I'm assuming by the colour. Well, I don't know because, well, yeah, of course, sorry. There was going to be a dumb, stupid statement then. But I'm guessing by the colour, what Richard Seals blended it with would maybe be, I don't know. So if you've got a cane juice white and maybe like a 5-year-old sort of Dawley's, like, what's the other one? Real McCoy sort of vibes. If you kind of blended a white with that, you'd kind of get that colour, I'm assuming. So yeah, there may be kind of like 5-year-olds going in there. Bearing in mind that's the 3-year-old. So yeah, there may be some 5, 8-year-olds in there. I don't know. There's no information about this. I've not heard Ian talk about this at all. So this is, I've tasted it once passing. I've got no idea apart from that. Right, and popsies. God, I love these pops. These are epic pops. Look at that. That's proper. Oh, I tell you what, you don't get many like that. Yeah, it's a bit feeble. So it's good, but it's a bit feeble. I won't do the pussers ones. The corks will break. Sorry, Steve-O. Right, but they will. Right. So let's go. Oh, ooh, that smells interesting. Oh, hang on, there's a bit of sawdust on there. Right. So I don't think there was anything else I could tell you on there. Wow. First thing off that, bizarrely, right? You're gonna really pee yourselves at this, right? Do you know what it reminds me of? A kindly, lightly toasted. If your toaster goes up to like 6, then I mean like 3, like lightly toasted, but with loads of butter on it, like really kind of like loads, too much butter, like melted butter. That smells so buttery. buttery kind of vanilla. But it's like floralness, the cane juice, the floralness, the rum's coming out as well. Wow. I've got absolute agricole. No, not even close to being so like cane juice in that sort of sense. So agricole, cachaça, all that. Nothing even remotely close to smelling like that. What other cane juice rums have I got? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. Like, there's no point even comparing it to agricole because it smells nothing like an agricole. But wow, it's like, yeah. And there's no point me. Well, I'm going to score this on the X, but only I know because I looked. Only 2 other people have looked at this and reviewed this, so there's nothing really to go on there. But I will click the magical taste it button. Select colour before we do anything. So white wine. It's not clear. I'm going to have to go white wine on here. Because the next one, pale straw, it's a bit more yellowy. So I'm going white wine for this. Right. Is Anne off? Going to mow the line? Mow the line? Mow the grass? Mow the lawn. That's what I was trying to say. See you later, Anne. Don't want to get mine. Slightly fresh lemon. Yeah. It's that sort of citrusy, zingy... I'm not getting that kind of the fresh cut grass that you get off like the agricoles, the fresh of cane juice rums. I'm not getting that. Apple, more apple vibes, like not red apple. I love red apples, but more green apple vibes. I don't like green apples to eat, but you know that sort of smell. But buttery, subtle hint of vanilla. There's an element of spice in there as well. I'm not sure. There's a subtle element of spice. I'm not sure I could pick it off the nose, but basically what I'm going for, hang on, we can do this while we're going for. I'm going buttery, vanilla-y, apple-y, lemon, citrus, zest, lemon oils, maybe. And it's just this little niggle of a spice in the background, but I don't know what it is. Right, let's go for the old. Let's go for the scores on the doors. So smelling that, do I think it's going to be sweet? No. 1, I'd give that if it was on the app. But come right, fruit. Oh, because of the apples, yeah, I'm going to give it 2. Apple and the citrus is a very different kind of fruit, but yeah, I'd have to give it a 2. Floral. Yeah. 2, 1, 2. I'm going backwards and forwards here. Floral. 1. I think I'm going to sit that at. Right, spices. Again, 1. There's something in there. I can't pick it off the nose, but woody, oaky notes. Minimal, like a 1. Roasted, nothing. Round, it does smell because it's a different kind of round, but it does smell kind of rounded. You get the fruit notes, you get the kind of a little bit of wood notes off it. I get a little bit of spice. I think it's quite rounded. Right. So fruit 2, floral 1, spices 1, woody 1, roasted nothing, round 2. Right, tasting note. Bearing in mind, only other 2 people have tasted this so far. Candied, pecan, banana, honey, sweet, and toffee. None of those. I think I've got to add these in, haven't I? I think I've got to add these in. Right, so plus vanilla, apple, green apple. I could be green apple. I can be this. What's the word? Decisive on that. Green apple. I'm gonna have to put a generic spice because there is something there. Bacon. No. lemon. What sort of lemon have we got in here? Have we got lemon peel? I'm going to put lemon peel. There's no lemon oil. It's just lemon or lemon peel. So I'm going to put lemon peel. I think that's it. Butter. Oh no, buttery, didn't I? Buttery. Can't forget that. Butterscotch, buttery. There we go. Boom, done. Right, happy with those. So completely different nosing notes to the other two people that have smelt this. Right. And right, Claire's lowering the tone. Ready, set, rum. Hello, Jamie. How are you, mate? Right, yes. Let's get on this. For those of you that are just tuning into me and don't know as well, go and check Jamie out as well on Ready, Set, Rum. He's got some awesome rum reviews. Go and check him out. Right. Yeah, my lot are completely lowering the tone now. I'm just going to ignore that. Right, let's get on to the old tasting. Wow. That is like, it's a very kind of butter. Is that buttery creaminess come off it? I'd probably go creaminess, luxurious creaminess. But it's like someone squirted like lemon oils in my mouth, so lemon zest, but then quickly followed it up with like peppery. It went citrus to kind of pepper straight away. I'm just trying to think what other sort of... I'm trying to get that spice. It's a dry spice. Maybe ginger. Maybe a subtle hint of ginger. Maybe cinnamon, actually. Actually, probably more cinnamon than ginger. Now it's drying out. Definitely creamy, luxurious, buttery. There's a little bit of vanilla in there, but it's that wet. That's quite interesting. Before you swallow, this citrus really hits the top of your mouth and then just gets hit by spice. That's bizarre. I've never had anything like that. Generally for me, it's like someone's got a lemon, like a lemon zest, like squeeze. You know when you squeeze lemon zest, the oils kind of spray out. It's like someone's got those essential oils, sprayed it into the roof of my mouth, and then followed up with like this luxurious kind of spicy liquid. That's nuts. Oh, I can't wait to make it. That's going to be a daiquiri. Completely different, unique daiquiri, that is. Can't wait to do that. Right. So, tasting. Cumin. Oh, there you go. Hello. Great shout. Right, floral. Floral on the nose, not on the taste, Scott. Cumin. That's not a bad shout, actually. Hold it in your mouth. I can't get over that citrus burst. That's... Wow. I'll be on. Cumin. I'm not sure I'd ever get to cumin. It's not a spice that I've tasted a lot of on its own. I kind of get it from curries and stuff like that. So if I was going to pick out a spice, I'd probably go cinnamon over anything. But purely, I don't have that much experience with cumin on its own. But that citrus burst, that's... the pepper actually seems stronger compared to the dark Equiano. Yeah, completely agree. It's that citrus kind of... The pepper... Whatever that spice is, but the peppery kind of spicy bite to it. Not black... Oh, the length. The finish. Black pepper. Really kind of dry around the top of the tannins, really right at the top of the gums. Hey Ken, how are you? Ready, set, rum. Sugar cane juice is really showing. Yeah, So I completely forgot about that. That's exactly what that is, actually. That citrusy, that is the sugarcane juice. That is that sort of vibe of that. It's like really luxurious. Do you know what, right? We've had this chat. So, Jamie, I don't know whether you know, mate, but there's a few of us in here. We've gone down this white rum journey. And I've got 11, 12, probably more white rums. And it's completely thrown me how all white rums are like so unique and different. I thought, you know, you'd probably get 4 or 5 that are similar. But each and every one of these white rums that I've got here are completely and utterly unique. Even the Ron Santiago, the Cuba, is even worlds apart from Ron Cube. And I don't even know whether they're the same distillery, actually. Produced in Santiago. I don't think they are. I don't think they're the same distillery, but they might be. I don't know. Don't know where my head, but you know, they're just right. We're losing track here. We're losing track. Right, let's give me tasting notes first and foremost. Scores first and foremost. Sweetness. It's got nice. Again, it's 2. Oh. 1's not enough, but 2's too much. I'd go 1.5, but 1. I'm going to go 1 off that. Fruit, because of that citrus, I'm going to go 3. Floral, 2. Spices, 3, because that is really kind of there for me. Woody, 1. Roasted, 1. Rounded. I've sat on 3. I'm going to go back to 2 for roundedness, I think. Hint of pear, James Brooks. Nice, unique tasting sipper. Back end citrus reminds me of Pinot Grigio. Oh, that's a good shout. Here he is, look. TF, aka Tom. Tom, hello, Tom. We're on the Yorkshire rum, Tom. Rum all the way from Yorkshire. Hey! Tom's going to keep... Oh, why did I tune in? Hey, Tom, how are you? Easy, Scott. Calm down, Scott. For me, the boutique signature blend opened up the white rum world before I was then just become, you know, the whole white rums. I really like white rums. White rum, this whole journey for me, white rums and dark black rums, whatever you want to call them, the dark, really sort of black rum, have really opened my eyes up to how much depth there is in these categories that you don't really think there are. You know, you think gold rum, aged rum, is kind of where all the depth is, but you know, the white rums, the dark rums, I'm really, really loving some of those dark rums. And yes, I know they've got quite a lot of caramel or burnt sugar or whatever added to them to get that, but there's some quality stuff in there. Right, tasting notes on this. I haven't got much because only 2 people have done this, but creamy, 100% agree with. Toffee, cream toffee, ginger. Oh, someone's put ginger. Yeah, no, I won't get ginger. So I'm going to add some in. Citrus, definitely lemon peel. I have to add in. Did we add in creamy? Creamy and lemon peel, yeah. I'm going to add, because I don't know how else to describe it, but I'm going to add in sugarcane juice. Yeah, well, sugarcane's here, because that's kind of what it reminds me of. What else do I get? I'm not sure I get anything else. Peppery, spicy. I'm going to put cinnamon for me personally, but a peppery spice. I don't know how else to distinguish that. Pepper comes up as peppery, green pepper, black pepper, red pepper, juniper, pipe tobacco, pencil shavings. No. Peppery. That, I think that's a good one. Peppery. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to have to revisit that and do that a bit more. Finish is actually quite long. I'm quite impressed by that. It's still there. Right, scores on this. Oh, Jesus. I really like this. I think this is going to have to be another 80s. I think for me, I think that one just edges it. So that was like an 88. But, you know, I think that's... I'm sat on 83 at the moment. I'm going to go up one. 84. Base it on. I didn't give you a price for this, did I? This is kind of what I was going to base this on. £33. All right, it is a little bit expensive for a white rum, but tasting that, that's harsh to class that as a white rum, even though it is, or a light rum. That is easily neat sippable. Easily neat sippable. And £33 for a neat sipping rum that potentially might work in daiquiris and all that. You know what? Here's my justification, because that's not massively important to the UK. That's £28, Ron Coupe, my favourite ever daiquiri rum. And I would have absolutely no hesitations in just spending 28 quid on that purely for daiquiris. Absolutely zero hesitations, 28. So if you're saying to me a £5 or more for that, which may or may not work as daiquiris, but is a really nice white rum, completely unique. I actually think that's quite good value for money. So 84 I'm going to set out. Save. We're in. Right. Two other... Oh, I've taken the average score from 63 to 68, so I'm guessing the other two people are not with me. So we've had one in the 50s, one in the 60s, yeah. And then me in the 80s. But I'm going to stand by that. I really like that. Right. Jammy's getting honey. I've just done the dark as a daiquiri. Wow. Reading the notes on Banks looks really interesting. Yeah, Banks number 5 is awesome. That's I'm working on that. That'll be one to come up in a few weeks' time as well. And the Banks number 7 as well. That should be here. So we'll do both of those. Right. Decky, Steve, you laugh at pencil shavings, but Samaka screams pencil shavings and taste. Oh, that's one. Right. James Brooks, question completely random. I've just seen it on my bar and did a shot because I'm an idiot. What has everyone thought of old JT Kafar? James Brooks, go onto Instagram, and this is the last word I'm going to say for it. There aren't many on there now because I've untagged and taken a few down. But go onto Instagram, search out the hashtag Tiki Fire Train. That's all I'm saying on that. Tiki Fire Train hashtag. I think there might be 3, there might be 4 videos left up. But yes, it was a massive one in my armoury for hen parties. But we have taken a few down just because. Right, okay. I'll do it on the Rum X, bring the scores up. Right. Whew. I tell you what, just shotting it. So when sipping it, just shotting that down. The spice didn't hit me, but it's got... Someone put pear. I don't know where the pear came from. Hit the pear. There is that kind of green, appley pear vibe when you kind of neck it. Anyway, right. Daiquiri time. I'm going to do 2 proper DACs in Nicky Nora's as well. Actually, just because they're Ian Burrell's rums, they can go in those. Right, Nicky Nora's. So, I'm going to do this. So, right, this is what I was going to mention earlier. So, Ian Burrell, I'm going to do his daiquiri. I'm going to do his daiquiri for this. So, Ian Burrell's daiquiri is a 421. Okay, and he does use a different sugar from time to time, but agave. Now, I have to admit, he uses proper 100% blue agave syrup. I don't have that. Well, I don't know what this is actually. Oh, tequila, my bit. Well, I don't know. It's posh. It's posh Monin agave. But he does a 421 with agave as the sweetener. So I've done a double bubble of that. I'm going to do where are we? 12.5 ml, because I'll do 50 mils in here. So 12.5 ml of that, but 25 ml of lime. So 421, but he also does do orange bitters in this, in his in Gold Rum Daiquiri. So that's what I'm doing. I'm recreating Mr. B's, because he is a bit of a legend. What did he do? He did 3 dashes, I think. So I'm going to do that and a little bit. Right, so I've got that. So I've done Ian's daiquiri for that. So agave, lime, and that with orange bitters. So that's that one. But for the white rum, I am going classic daiquiri for this. No bitters. I might do 421 actually. Just to kind of do that. Lime juice. Oh, wrong end. Just to kind of see. And pure cane sugar. So 421s I've done. There we go. So 50 ml, 25 ml, 12.5 ml essentially. And no bitters in this one. Right, ice. Loads of ice. There we go. Loads of ice, loads of ice. Right, that's there. Right, first one. Let's go white rum first. And scarily, Ian said he doesn't double strain his daiquiris. He likes a bit of ice, but I'm going to double strain mine. Right. That's that one. So, the white, the light white, whatever we're calling this, is a daiquiri. Right, that's that. And get rid of that in there. Right, that's that. Right, now we've got for the gold or aged or whatever we're calling that. Moody daiquiris for windy. Moody daiquiris, right. So, agave and orange bitters. Lovely jubbly. Right. There we go. Right. All this mess. Need a pot wash. Oh, I can sit down there. Right. So, Equiano DAC attacks. There we go. Right, let's just catch up on the old comments. Reading them, getting honey. I'm reading the notes on the Banks. Looks really interesting. The Banks 5 and the Banks 7 are really good rums, actually. The 7, yeah, I don't. When you've got a big collection like this, I don't know how the 7 sits. They're both blended rums, so they've got a lot of different countries going in. I can't think of all the countries going in there, but they've got a lot of countries going in there. Islands. So the 7 is a tough one for me, but the 5 is good, and again adds something a little bit unique to the back, because I don't have, apart from the Lost Years, which is sexy, a kind of a blended white rum. Again, we've got the 3 stars, sorry, but like a different sort of blend. So the 3 stars is Jamaica, Barbados and Trinidad. So similar styles of rum there, where the Banks 5 Island is completely sort of unique. Yeah. Right, let's get on. Let's do this one first. Oh, looking forward to these. Decky, you laugh. Right, I've seen that. James, is that it? Has no one else commented? If my comment's gone quiet, I've had one comment in that whole time that I was making daiquiris. Now that's interesting. That's a letdown. It's a very creamy, buttery daiquiri. It's a nice daiquiri that hasn't blown me away. It's not as much as I was neat sipping. Neat sipping for me, definitely. Daiquiri for that? I'm not sure where that sits actually. It's not terrible, but for me, I'll have to revisit that. I'll revisit it. I'll reserve judgment. Right, let's go for the aged. Oh wow, that's good. Oh yeah, look, I like that. The orange notes, the orange bitters, the agave. Yes, I forget what he put. I'm going to get this on his website, on his thing, because so Ian. The last time I saw Ian talking about it, Ian's definitely the agave nectar is kind of his go-to. But there is a different sugar syrup in his Equiano. Where are we? I can't even bloody spell it. What's going on? Equiano Rum. Why is that not coming up? That's better. Right. The serving is a different sugar syrup on here. So just bear with. Why am I legal age? Yes. I wonder. Is there a kind of like a plugin that you can get for like Chrome and all that, just to sort of automatically accept cookies and automatically say you are over 18 or 21 or whatever. Right, drinks. Really, our drinks. Right, the Golden Stormy, Old Fashioned, Manhattan. Where's the daiquiri gone? Burrell daiquiri. Brown sugar. Okay. Equiano. Okay, so the Burrell daiquiri on the website is Equiano, lime juice, brown sugar, and a twist of lime to serve. Whereas when he's talking to you, it's that, agave nectar, lime and orange bitters. I like that. I really like that. And a 421 really, really works for that. Nice and citrusy. The rum is there. The orange bitters are there. It's not light and crisp, like a proper session daiquiri, like that for me. That is my all-star Ron Cube. But that is really good. I could quite happily sit down to those. I could quite happily drink that. Right, let's go back to this one. Steve, I've just seen your comment. Would it work better as a 621? I don't think it would, because it's hard to explain. So with the daiquiri, right, the citrus and the sugar, the sweetness, works in harmony with the rum. So you find that kind of perfect blend for you, whether it's 621, 421, whatever, on your palate. The 421 on that is perfect. However, I want to make that sweeter. I genuinely want to add more sugar to that. I want to go 422. Because I enjoy drinking that neat and that butteriness, that toffiness, that kind of, and there's sort of that citrus, squirt of citrus in your mouth. Drinking neat is delicious. When you're drinking it as a daiquiri, it does need a little bit more sweetness to it. So I actually think, bizarrely, for me, and everyone's got their own different palate, you know, this is not me being the authority on this. I actually think for me, I would potentially go 422 on this. 422, is that right? Or 221, whatever you want. 422, 2 1/2, or 211, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So much better for me. Wow. I haven't had that daiquiri that sweet, but that's really good now. Just needs that little bit of extra sugar to play with the kind of, I don't know, that buttery luxuriousness, that creaminess of the rum. Yeah, 422, 211, whatever you want to call that. That is blinding. Now, that is so much. The difference between that is like night and day. Wow, that's good. Right. I'm still here doing paperwork. So you're in the background. Thanks, James. Seen that, James. If you get what I mean. Right, James. Sorry, I thought that was a question you asked a minute ago. I see you've got another question. Right, James. Off topic. Thinking ahead 10 years. Of all the new rums you've tried, which companies do you see making 12-year-old rum that you'd actually like to try? So, that's quite easy to answer because most of the rum brands behind me have already got 5 to 12-year rums. Because when we're talking Caribbean rum and all that sort of stuff, they've been around for donkey's years. It's the UK stuff that hasn't. So that's a bit of a hard one to ask because what do you put 5 to 12? So Ron Cube. So for instance, right, Ron Cube, the Carta Blanca, which I've got, and the Carta Dorada, which is essentially 4 years old. You know, we can go up to the 10, and we can go above that as well. We can already do that. I think the birthday present to myself this year is going to be Appleton 21-year-old. That's my birthday present to myself in August. I think I'm going to do the 21-year-old Appleton. Shouldn't set me back too much, but that is quite a unique spend that I wouldn't normally spend. Flor de Caña, we can go up to that. El Dorado, we can definitely go up to 15, 18, 21-year-olds Flor de Caña. Appleton, Plantations, single barrel, single cask releases that they do. We know we've got that. Bacardi have got 12-year-old, I think it's their pinnacle, it's their top one. We've got that. Pusses, we've got that. Worthy are on it now because Worthy have only started aging in their own right since 2016, I think it is. I forget when they actually. So Worthy are one of the oldest Jamaican distilleries, but in their own right, producing rums in their own right is very, very new. They used to basically make rum for other people. So all this stuff is new. That needs to swap round. There we go. But Worthy, well, you can see it on the bottle. 1670 is when they first started making rum. If you can see that on there. But, you know, Worthy Park as a brand is really, really new. So, yeah, so, you know, it has to come back to, like, people like these guys, like Two Drifters. Yeah, I'm just jumping ahead in the comments there. You know, to see what Two Drifters is doing, to see what Tom, all right, and he's got two different brands here, Moon Cursor, so he's white rum, sorry, Morvena. To see what people like Tom are doing down in Cornwall. The Scratch guys, Doug and Ellie, down at Scratch. I can't wait to see, they've just nearly finished their distillery now, refurb and all that. So another month or so we'll be able to get there and I'll be able to do a vlog and a little tour from there. I'm going to go down to Exeter, definitely. I'm going to take Tom up on his offer and go down to Cornwall, definitely. Rose Mullion as well. You know, all the UK stuff, Kit at Ninefolds as well, up in Scotland. A few of the Scottish distilleries. There, you know, everyone in the UK, I can't wait to track their journey. It's new. You know, and it's going to be... Christ, I don't think anyone's got a 3-year-old rum yet. I can't think of any UK rum that's got a 3-year-old rum. So it's not going to be in this is the thing, you know, I don't think it's a simple equation of taking 3, so this is a 1-year-old aged rum. I don't think it's a simple equation of getting that in 3 years' time as a 3-year-old rum. I think it might take them, say, 4 or 5 years to get to a 3-year-old, because they're still not big enough. I don't know, but it's, you know, they might do, but it's still not big enough to lay excess rum down and just forget about it for 3 years. They've got to make and sell to keep the money, the cash flow coming in. So it could take 5 years for a lot of English distilleries to actually get a 3-year-old rum, you know, to build that portfolio up. So, you know, it's a long journey ahead, but it's an exciting journey ahead. Who knows? Who knows? Get it with the sugar. Right, Hampus, hang on. Hampus Aronson. Saw the Dark and Stormy vid yesterday and starting looking if Myers rum was available in Sweden. Yeah, we get Myers in the UK. Myers is here. Sweden. I think that's where. Hampus, let me know where you are in Sweden. And I might be able to hook you up with someone. I think they're in Sweden. They've got a rum bar. They kind of import. They look after plantation and all that. But if you come into the Discord, I might be able to hook you up with Dwayne. Might be able to. Get it with the sugar. I'm yet 2 drifters on the better bar yet. Bacardi has a 16. See, I can't put that down now. That extra bit of sugar has completely changed that. That's really, really nice. Interesting. Right. Worthy has a 13 in the US. Yes. So where are we? 20. Yeah. So, you know, Worthy Park. All right. You know, even though the brand name Worthy Park is new, don't forget they've got flipping like 300 years worth of rum to kind of, well, 350 years worth of rum to kind of call on if they need to. All right, they haven't got 350 a year old rum, but Worthy Park have definitely got 20, 25, 30-year-old rums to call on when they need them. So they're one of the few brands that have just launched as a brand, if you know what I mean, that can just drop rum when they want. Like, oh yeah, we've done a 25-year-old. But for other brands to kind of pop up, you know, take Doug and Ellie down at Scratch, really near me. They're only like 20 miles away from me, Doug and Ellie. I really can't wait to go and see them properly. You know, for them to get... All right, sorry, I take this back. Sorry, I've just seen this on the bottle. This is a blend of 2- and 3-year-old rum. And was bottled in 2020. So Doug and Ellie obviously started laying this down in 2017. But this is the whole point, right? So Doug and Ellie, right? Scratch Distillery started laying down rum 2017. They bottled this in 2020, so it's a 3-year-old. I know that they still haven't got a 5- or a 6-year-old rum out. Bearing in mind, it's 5 years now. You know, they're still on like getting towards a 3-year-old. So, you know, that's kind of what we're talking about. You know, it does take a long, long time to get to that point where you can just forget about it. You know, we don't need to sell that. We can just use that as an investment. We'll lay it down. We'll sell that in a few years' time. It is an investment. Decky question. That's what I like. Big capital letters. That's what caught my eye at the top, actually. I've not tried them yet. I haven't. I sort of have and I haven't. I've had them down at the Black Parrot in London. He's got they've got the whole range down there. The Compagnie des Indies. They've got the whole range, but no, I've yet to own a bottle. But I will. They look like a good brand bottle, kind of like a plantation, if you like. Another blend in that sort of sense. I thought it was just Jamaica, but it wasn't. They've got blends from all over the Caribbean and stuff. So yeah, it's another company I want to look at, to be fair. But then when you go down that route, you could go 1423, is it? 18 something as well. There's so many kind of blenders popping up now because it's the quick access way, the quick route to market. You buy lots of different rums up, blend them, and there you go. Ian Shear or whoever in Holland, you know, places like that. So whereas Plantation, for example, Plantation are actually working with brands, working with distilleries and saying, right, in 2 years' time, we're going to be buying some of this rum from you. They're not going to the likes of Ian Shear and, right, what have you got? Let's blend it up and sell it. So it's kind of different thing to Compagnie des Indes, who are 1423. The very different kind of blends, very different vibes going on there. No right or wrong, just different, and it's kind of interesting to see. What's this? James never tried that. Decky, right, hang on, what? James Brooks never. A few mango notes, right, on that. I generally can't put this down now. This is really nice. It's not clean and crisp, but it's a lovely, fun drink. I like it. What's that? 422 or 211? Right, if no one else has got any more questions, I'm happy to finish this show here this week. Really, really love those. Here's the final question. Would I restock those? Yes. I think that's a great sip. My watch is going mental now. I've just closed my rings. Yes. I think at £45, I think that's a great restock. I think that is potentially one of the most versatile rums that I've tasted, because that is brilliant as a neat sipper. It does work really well as a daiquiri. I know that's going to work as a rum and coke. I know it is. It's a little bit expensive as a rum and coke. But if you want one rum to do an all-round job, that's a really interesting shout. Because I don't think, for me personally, I don't think the Dawley's 5-year-old, for instance, the Dawley's 12. Well, I don't like the Dawley's 12 as a daiquiri either. But the Dawley's 12, it's a great neat sipper. It's a great rum fashioned. I'm not a huge fan of that as a daiquiri. Might have to play about with it. The Flor de Carne 12 actually is a great sipper. I do like that as a daiquiri. It's decent, not epic, but it's decent as a daiquiri. So Flor de Carne are inherently a cheaper brand, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Plantations, you know, yes, but that was 50 quid. You know, that's a neat sipper. That's a great rum and coke. It's a great daiquiri, you know, but it's 50 quid. So a lot fruitier than that. Yeah, but boom, that's nearly gone, isn't it? So yeah, if there's no more questions, I think that's that. I think that's there. I'd restock that. 33 quid. That is, again, is a neat sipper. It does work. Obviously, it does work as a daiquiri. You just have to kind of. It's an interesting one. To do equal amounts of sugar and lime in a daiquiri for me personally, but that's where it sort of sits in there. Happy days. Happy days. Like that. So thank you very much for watching. Next week, I completely forgot what videos are coming out. You've had the Plantation XO. So Plantation 3 stars review must be next week. What else have we filmed? I can tell you here, can't we? It's all on here. Schedule. There we go. Right. Oh yeah, Pampero Anniversario I revisited. So you've got Pampero Anniversario coming up. And then next week on the live show, it could go one of 3 ways. It depends which rum drops first, so I'll know by Tuesday. And I've said to them, whoever gets in here first can go this week, all right? Because actually, to be fair, you know, I've got no other rums sitting down here. Normally, I've got a backlog of rum. No one sent me anything for ages, so I've got no backlog of rum. So any rum brands that want to send me stuff, go for it. We've got 3 coming in. I'm not sure which one's going to land first, but that's obviously going to be 3 weeks after that. which might tie into Rumfest or not, I don't know. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I think that's it. If I try Clarins, no, I haven't tried Clarins yet. That's a chat I was having to go rain. So we might do that in June time, but no. So yeah, that's been it for this week. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will see you all very, very soon. Toodaloo.